welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT. Tonight we are live on iRacing for the Pagnian Import Supercars Championship. Tonight's round is the final round, and that will see us at Mount Panorama circuit. So finishing off the Supercars at Bathurst is going to be a fantastic race tonight. Our session for Bathurst, we have 10 minutes of practice. Weather conditions are overcast. There's 10 minutes of qualifying. And there's championship points on the line and plenty of potential for movement. So it's going to be crucial to the drivers, as is the race with 40 minutes. Cars being capped at 47% fuel, meaning they will need to stop for fuel to get the car home. Our standings coming into the final round. After round 4, we have Cameron Jones leading the championship with 935 points. So essentially a clean round tonight could secure him the championship. So it's going to be tough to try and duke it out. And then it's great to be able to see plenty of opportunities for that podium spot still. And anything can happen on the mountain. So it's going to be a spectacular one to see. Last week we had Sebastian Vandel take the win for round 4, and we were at Road Atlanta, and he went on to win after qualifying in 19th, and Cameron Jones took the fastest lap bonus points. And over and check out the track for Bathurst. Track length is 6.14 kilometers, and it's going to be a great one. A lot of drivers out on track already, so we'll go trackside now and see how they're faring in the open practice session. About 20 drivers loading in at the moment. And if you're joining us for the stream, jump in the chat, say hello. Use those sound effects controls underneath. You can have some fun as the race unfolds. Throw some applauses, boos, and the other fun sound effects that are available to you as well. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that follow button. So we are live on iRacing on Monday nights, and then also Project Cars 2 on Thursdays. Hey Mick Cliff, thanks for joining us. Let's see if we can get this car image to actually show us some info would be helpful. Give us appear to be giving us an up-to-date picture. No lap times being set in the practice session. Should start seeing them coming through. That should be first time laps. It's going to be very difficult to try and get in a qualifying time with only 10 minutes to the session. In the longer, more difficult tracks, you just see a bit of qualifying movement. Phil, technical issues tonight, so not able to race. That's unfortunate. A new toy not going to plan yet. Quickest times. 205.8 done by Seth Brown. Sebastian Vandel is coming through for 204.5. And he's just destroyed the car. Probably through turn 1. There we go. Now we got some correct cars showing up on the track. I think it's because no drivers getting in a time yet. Oh, that's unfortunate. Phil, hopefully you can get the new computer up and running. Damn Cliff, it's going to be hard for Cameron Jones to lose the championship. So he's essentially going to have to lose points for him to lose the championship at this stage. And with the track layout such as Bathurst, it is quite potential. It could be stung for an at-fault incident. So he's going to have to be patient once coming up to any potential lap traffic. Any at-fault penalties end up resulting in a no regest situation. Could wear up to 60 points per occasion. And that could easily throw the championship. Jones has started from pit lane or the back of the grid a couple of times. And if that's going to be a strategy tonight, that could be very dangerous for Jones. We had some fantastic battles last week, so it'd be great to be able to see that again. Had our leading 4 drivers at it for quite some time. And Urquhart unable to make it tonight, so that's going to open up big opportunity for a change in the current top 3. Urquhart currently sitting 3rd in the championship, and the rest of the drivers around sitting very close points-wise. He's only got 770 points, and the next driver 752. Hey Dan, thanks for jumping on the stream. Cheer on teammates, Team Apex, and we got Suicidal Sloth cheering on Steph. I'll jump on board for a lap around for driver in a moment. Jones is one of the first one. He's already just started his first timed lap. This looks like Vandel and Brown. Oh, is this both squeezed out of the chase? Can they save the cars? There's some fun here. On board, Sebastian Vandel. Oh, he's going to park it up on us. Yeah, jump on board with Ricky Hyde and ZV Commodore. She's already been down through turn 1 into turn 2. And up through the cutting wall to wall, very cautious, favoring that throttle. Up through that left-hander, the inside curves unsettled him a little bit here, but I think he's managed to get under control. Nice play of throttle. Getting as close to that curve as you can to then run out to that wall. And you got to drag the car. And then using the brakes to try and shift that weight. The braking will put a lock in at the S's. And then heavy on the brakes, going down through the dipper. There's incident Forest Elbow. Are they cleared? Yeah, they've towed the car in. A little slower line through Forest Elbow. It's going to cost probably about half a second there. Taking it cautiously down Conrad. Very easy down through the chase. I think he's gearing up for a qualifying lap here. So it was just getting the extra warm from the tyres. Then Murray's corner, last one. Careful of that inside curb and run the car out all the way onto that exit curb. To use those ribs to try and allow the car to be able to put the power down without spooling up. Current first times coming through. Dave Arney takes pole, a 2:07.204 for the first time lap. There you go, Ricky. And how many GFR cars? I believe we've got both Blake and John Gallen in the session. John Gallen currently not in the car, so I'm not sure if he's... I don't think he's been out on track yet. Jones has just taken pole position. So maybe there's technical issues going on for John Gallen as well. And now he's jumped in, so he's loaded in. It's going to be only enough time to get one lap in for John Gallen. There's just under 3 minutes remaining to qualifying. It's almost going to take that whole lap for this out lap. So it's going to be betting all or nothing. And Jones has exited out of the car. Schoolers qualified in third, also in the 2:07s. Only 800ths away from Arnie's time. Oh, big slide. This is going to be costly. Don't take damage here. Yeah, that's going to be qualifying done for Schooler. Hyde just bumped Arnie and Schooler down a spot. Giving a flash of the lights. He's on a hot one here, so he's probably giving word up the top. So that's slowing down for that hot lap that we went around on. Definitely paid off at 2:06.4. This rate they could definitely put on front row. Rossi is qualifying in a 2:07.8, so that's now position 5. Newland's in pits. Cochrane going out. This won't be enough time to be able to get in a qualifying lap. There's only 9 drivers to have gotten a time on the board. Even Van Delt not yet getting a time in. struggled to qualify last week. It's either an outlap for Vandel, or he'd invalidated his time. Piccoli, Furlow. Tucker, is this the time on the board? No, so this will be one last shot. So a fair few drivers struggling to get a time in. And this will be the one and only opportunity here for John Gallen. Caperonis will have enough time to finish up this lap. Blake Gallen may just have enough time as well. So I don't know if we're going to get a full 2 minutes in. Dave Army's finishing up the car. Is there movement for Gander? That time and he destroys the car. He's 2 seconds slower than his qualifying time. Newland's still parked up. Enough time for Cochrane to get one in. Cochrane's qualified P7, setting a 2.8.894. That was the previous lap. No, that's cost. Oh, that's unfortunate. Actually, no, I think he was out on that cold lap anyway, so it would have been cold tyres. Yeah, there's only going to be enough time for Vandel to get in. And we'll take a look at the qualifying results before this session boots across. It's probably not going to give us much longer to do so. Slow down, so he must have been very pleased with that. So no time on the board. We'll bring up those qualifying results now. And for the final round at Mount Panorama Circuit, we have Cameron Jones taking pole position with a 2:04.226. And then the rest of the grid will be Ricky Hyde, Dave Arney, Jason Schooler, John Gallen, Russell Gander. Oh, we've just had a little bit of a move there. So Sam Tucker squeezes in, bumping down the guys. So Tucker, Hyde, Arnie, Schooler, John Gallen, Russell Gander, Shane Newens, Mark Cochrane, Nathan Peters, Philip Furlow, Corey Brand, David Simmons, Sebastian Vandel, Seth Brown. And we've got Philip Buckland, Stephanie Piccoli, Jim Caperonis, Blake Gallen, and Robbie Bradbury. So a fair few drivers not getting in a time, unfortunately. Tucker doing a great shot right at the end, getting movement, and then we had John Gallen with that one lap wonder moving up in the qualifying order as well. So drivers now gridding up, ready for the final round of the Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship. What will Jones do with his starting? Will he be out on track, or is he going to do a pit lane start? Those track temperatures have stayed very cool. Ambient temperature is 23 degrees, track temperature 25. And the humidity has remained at the same amount, and it is overcast conditions. It's waiting on Gander and Jones to grid. Jones did grid. Let's go green for the last time for the Supercars Championship. Ooh, this is just disconnected somehow. Not sure what's going on, so that's allowed Hyde to take the lead. No, Sam Tucker side by side as they're going up Mountain Straight. Jones and Gander. Both starting from the pits by the looks of it. May have been a technical issue. Fair bit of contact going on. It looks like individual cars. Oh, it looks like heavy hit that's gone on. Not sure if that's smoke from engine damage or if that's a lockup that's gone on. And pit lane start for Jones. Nathan Peters' car not looking well at all. Cameron Jones now needing to make way up. So early incidents at Bathurst. Can always expect stuff to go on. The mountain can be vicious. Sam Tucker's pulling away big time. John Gallen's got a huge amount of pace as he's come down on the Conrod. He's going to go for an inside move, but he's caught the grass. That could have ended very bad. Cochrane's got some pressure from Brown. Cochrane held that nice inside line, trying to fend from Brown. He's carrying huge pace, swings out at the same time, nearly taking out Vandel. And he's closing in on Hyde. Looks like he's giving a nice little gap in between. He's not putting huge pressure on. Like Brown and Vandel are at it pretty hard. They've now made a sandwich with Mark Cochrane. He ends up yielding, just let them through. They make a touch. Walls Vandel. Gallen's dropped back pace now after tyre drop off from Conrod. Some intense battling going on in these opening laps. We're only on lap 2. Could this potentially be a safety car to appear for the final round? Oh, looks like some contact going on. Not sure if Jones may have just had a touch or if that was the car ahead. Did you hear a crunch from Caperonis? It looked like the car bunched forward. Was that potentially a spin under brakes? Or was there contact between himself and Jones? That's what's going on. Arnie gets the pass over Hyde for position 2. And nothing slowing down Tucker at this point. Commences lap 3. There's a 2.8 second lead. Oh, Newlands' car not looking well. Damage done to the front and rear of that car. Looks like there's some heavy left side damage to Blake Gallen's car. He's also missing the rear. And if the car is drivable and they haven't been given black flag to come in and have the repairs done, just trying to ride the first 10 minutes of the race out just so you can get to that pit point where you can come in and safely get enough fuel to get the car home. The race lead gap starting to fall back a bit now. It was pushed out to 2.8 seconds. Did get down to 2.4. The previous lap by Tucker was a 2:06.148. Where Arnie has done a 2:07.045. So he's got some very good pace. Arnie seems to be rounding up most of that this lap. Oh, and there's a blink for Hyde. Farndell's moved up into P4. Brown sitting fairly close to Varndell still. Quite an intense battle for a while. John Gallen looking to make a move on Schooler again. Swings to the inside up Mountain Straight. I think he's contemplating a move there, just making your position known. Start putting that pressure on. So they start considering making some different lines. Caperonis trying to recover some positions. Oh, he's just made some wall contact. Jones now hot on the tail of John Gallen. Schooler makes some wall contact. We're essentially right inside John Gallen's car. The Jones was that close. Just squeezes in. There's some scarring to the left side of Jones's car. Varndell makes a pass on Hyde through Murray's corner. Brown looking to make a move as well through turn one. Door through Hell corner, nicely executed by Brown. Like Brown heavily utilising the one move rule. Just scraping it in before the braking zone. That race lead teetering again with Tucker. He's extended it to 3 seconds, having made up half a second over that previous lap. Only about 30 seconds away. The drivers can start considering coming in and taking on that fuel. Peters, he's not much left to his car. He's currently parked the car up in the pits. It's probably spotting. Cochrane, the first to come in and grab fuel. 21-second pit stop. On board with Jason Schooler. John Gallen on the chase here. These two have been teetering their gap for quite some time. Fabry wearing the Anzac livery on the KFC Mustang. Oh, John Gallen nearly gets an opportunity to have a move before the cutting. And blink out happening at the same time. Nguyen's currently taking on fuel. Blake Gallen comes in at first opportunity, can at that safe pit point for fuel. Utilise that fast repair. Bit of a blink for Tucker as well. No other cars around. And that gap pushing out now. Arnie now with pressure on. Vardell slings around early down Conrod. Oh, look at that margin is blinking in the gap. Because they are that close. It wasn't even registering the change. They've touched. Track position questionable to that inside line. Arnie drop backs pretty quick after that, losing a fair bit of pace. That's allowed Jones to sneak through. Championship wise, Jones and Arnie closest. We're fighting for the win for the series. Pit lane start for Jones, making way to position 4 currently. We're starting lap 7. Oh, he's making full use of that track. Vardell makes contact with the wall at Skyline. Simmons Pagnian taking on some fuel. Peters does get back out on track. Maybe it was a toe potentially. Cochrane's back in the pits. So that's pit stop number 2. Can there have been some damage taken on that previous lap? Because he'd only been out for about a lap since that last pit stop. Arnie coming into pit. Allows movement up for Bradbury. Gander also pit start. Sitting in position 11. Now the car making its way down pit lane. Tucker's lead for the race now, starting to drop away. You've been enjoying a few seconds, it's dropped down to 2.4. Vardell is starting to close in. 1.1 seconds quicker the previous lap. So that gap closing in to Sam Tucker. Blake Gallen makes pit stop number 2. That's David Simmons in the back. He's taken some damage. Looks like there's some heavy front right damage to the car. Dave Arney being one of the first of the front running drivers to come in and grab that fuel. Jones closes the gap to Brown now. Oh, what a line. He's carrying a whole lot of pace. Only a few tenths gap between the two. Bit of rear slip coming out of Forest Elbow for Brown, as well as a blink. I think it may have even been a little bit of a spike on the server. And Jones slingshots out. Sent the bend on Conrod. Easy pass, heap of speed to shave off, holds it well through the chase. Brown peels off into the pits. Vardell also pitting. Leaves a nice gap of open track for Jones. Almost at the halfway point. cars are going to be starting to get rather light. There's only going to be about maybe 3 to 4 laps worth of fuel left. Vandel, after the pit, comes out in position 7. Track temperature's risen a little bit now, up to 26 degrees. Something's just gone on. Caparonis, he's just towed the car. He'd overshot his pit box and then towed the car back. Could he have been just ran out of fuel potentially? It's an interesting place to tow because it's going to actually do a full lap. Sam Tucker, race leader. Just starting lap 11 after crossing the line, having led for the full 10 laps so far. Jones also comes in. Thanks for the follow as well. Ricky Hyde and John Gallen stay out on track. Sam Tucker's out and away. Returns in position 3. Vandel's already been in and stopped. So it holds a very close gap. So it's just under a second between the two. Jones comes out in position 6. About a second between himself and Brown. Early scrape to the wall. It's coming out on fresh tyres. Oh, nearly touches the wall. There's a good scrape to Brown's car as well. A lot of rear slip. Hyde trying to cover as much ground as possible while having the race lead at this point. Maybe likely to stay out for another lap, or we'll bring it in. John Gallen also comes in. Should be getting very flighty in that car. There's been some contact registered for Sam Tucker. And also Van Dilt going off. I wonder if it's been touched between the two. I think there's probably a bit of lag in that netcode causing some contact. Give some breathing room for Sam Tucker. A nice quick recovery for Vandel. Lucky to not made any contact. It's the incident tracker showing that there was no contact direct with another car, but they both actually picked up as having received contact. Jones has 4 seconds to the catching race lead. Looks like John Gallen may have actually made a position bump over Russell Gander over the course of this lap. Let's go Ricky Bling, and the veterans calling it the Bling car. Yeah, not as bling as the one that he runs in V8 Veterans. It's got a lot of shine to it. School is starting to close in. All drivers appearing to have come in and taken enough fuel. So they would be reaching critical point fuel-wise at this stage. Couple of battles going on. There's a battle for P5 between Hyde and the Schooler. P8 between Bradbury and Gallen. A lock of the brakes, the car ahead, that's Dave Arney. Caperonis being set back after that tow. Wilson pit lane. He's only about 4 pit boxes ahead from his own bay. Hey Janelle, thanks for jumping on the stream. I'm well, hope you're well too. Oh, big slide for Peters. Oh, and that's going to require a tow. The game has clipped the car into the fence. And it's actually going to just keep lifting that car up. That is annoying when that happens. Caperonis moving in on Simmons. Swings around. No contesting there from Simmons. That's going to be a lot of aero wash, a lot of speed to pull up. Just gets it under control. A lot of play with the brake coming down into that. Prevented the lock. 10 minutes 40 to go. And the battle for the race lead. Probably within a lap and a bit. We're going to be seeing these two door to door. That gap's closed in super quick. There's about a second difference in the previous lap times. There's now a 1 second gap between Tucker and Jones. A gap now down to half a second. Jones starting to close in. Tucker's going to start looking to play defensive here, but how long can he hold that off? The race only essentially having 3 to 4 laps left remaining. Looks like Dave's dropping back. Looks like he may be struggling with the car at the moment. Thanks for following Dan C. Fernandez. Well, Jones get a run here. You can see Tucker placing himself in the middle. Side by side, down Conrod. Jones moves across to cover that inside line. Move nicely done. Getting some spikes in bit rate. I'm sure we're not getting any stuttering as it's happening. Jones pushing out a very quick half-second gap after the pass. Some more gaps closing in now. Brand and Furlow. There's about a 20-second gap to the car ahead. Arnie's just brought the car back into the pits. May have had some damage. Bradbury and Schooler closing in. For the Mustang GT for Robbie Bradbury. He's been hunting down Schooler for some time. Schooler got a great run out of Forest Elbow. Tucker's trying the best to hold onto that gap. It's only starting to drop a little bit. These two are flying ahead of P3. trying to make up some ground here, pushing out some very quick times. Ooh, solid hit beside that Hyde. No, whose car is that one? Might have been Cochrane's car. Yeah, he's just towed the car. It's making contact at the S's. Schooler, Bradbury and Gallen now closing in. Bradbury having made up 7 positions. Bradbury trying to break that slipstream. Gallen tucks into the inside. There's a blink as it happens. That would have been frightening to be on board with Gallen. Seeing a car just disappear. There's going to be an opportunity for School to try and pull away while Bradbury and Gallen are occupied. Yeah, Mark having some bad lucks. We got Cochrane in the stream while the car's under tow. Gallen moves to the side through the cutting. Start putting some pressure on Bradbury. War contact. That's just put off the pace for John Gallen. Jones lapping position number 16. That's Peters, and he's just gone past. Flash of the lights from Peters. There's a white flag has just come out. So we'll see that update. And it overlays once that timer reaches 0. Also a flash of the lights for Jones. Tucker's following behind by 3.9 seconds. It's going to be tough to try and catch that up. Have to be a mistake. A little bit of rear slip from Brown. Looks like he may be struggling to get some power down at the moment. That may be Blake Gallen that they're also lapping. Cochrane back out and running. Is that a tow for Caparonis? Or is he just retired the car? Final corners for Jones. That's white flag. The checkered flag will be coming out. Could this be the championship win for Jones as well? Make sure to be checking all our socials on Facebook for how to get those results and standings and incident reports. If it's been a clean run, no dramas for Jones, that'll be a championship win. He takes out the win in the final round of the Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship. On the podium in position 2 is Sam Tucker and P3 Seth Brown. Vardell not too far behind. All the drivers having some fun. School of Bradbury and Gallen, no moving. Gallen walls it, destroying that car. And straight for Dave Arney. Also having some bad luck on the mountain. Oh, heavily damaged for Gander. Gets the car home in poor shape on the front, but it seems rather drivable, so very lucky. Furlow trying to bring them home in P11. Corey Brand in 12th. And I think these drivers are lapped. Are we going to see a jump? I think someone's just done a jump. We've heard some destruction going on. Got some photo lineups. Coley still on a race lap. It's Cochrane that had just gone past. Some heavy front end damage as well. And Cochrane and Piccoli bring it home. And it looks like a KFC photo shot going on. And even the scenic camera takes us to that exact same spot as well. So we'll leave them to it and we'll check out those results. And then for our final round in the Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship, Cameron Jones takes the win at Bathurst Mount Panorama for the final round. And he did take pole position as well, so done a fantastic job. And Sam Tucker on the podium position 2, and Seth Brown getting 13 positions in the end to come on the podium in position 3. The rest of the standings then: Sebastian Vardell, Ricky Hyde, Jason Schooler, Robbie Bradbury, John Gallen, Dave Arney, Russell Gander, Philip Furlow, Corey Brand, Blake Gallen, Shane Newens, Stephanie Piccoli, Nathan Peters, Mark Cochrane, David Simmons, Jim Caparonis, and then Philip Buckland with having technical dramas going on, so not able to run, unfortunately. We'll see if our drivers have remembered the jump in the channel. They did forget in the past. We've got Seth at least. And congratulations, Seth.
Thanks, mate.
That was some good fighting. You were going on for a while. Some intense battles even with your teammate, with Seb.
Yeah, Bathurst always brings a unique race to it, so...
Yeah, and always elbows out just about with everyone. That's great to see.
Yeah, it was great fun. Everyone, somehow, like, I was going side by side with people, places where you probably shouldn't, and we kept it clean.
Yeah, well done. And then Drama's trying to get that qualifying lap in as well, but then to gain 13 positions and take P3. Fantastic run.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I don't think we've got Jones usually doesn't make it in, or Tucker to try and run some banter with you, but you're closing in pretty quick towards that back end, even finishing only just about a second difference from Tucker, so maybe could have seen you closing in if there was another lap in it.
Yeah, I knew I didn't have the same pace as Cameron. He was really quick. Seb also. I'm not sure what happened with him and Tucker. He also had a heap of pace, but I reckon me and Tucker were pretty much the same pace. So I probably could have almost got in, but I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been great to see. It looked like the car was getting a little bit flighty in the rear for you at that back end as well. Looked like trying to power out, she was starting to spool on you.
Yeah, I went for the undercut and try to really get the most out of the tyres to see if I can get anywhere close in the draft, but I overcooked him in the first part of the stint, which hurt me at the end.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but at least a podium finish to finish up the series, so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats mate, and good luck next round.
Thank you.
And then we have Seth Brown, who took third position in our final round for the Pagnian Imports Supercars Championship, and that concludes this 5-round series in the V8 Supercars, and that means we will be starting the next series next week, and that will be seeing us swapping out for something completely different into some nice open wheelers, and that's in the Formula Renault 2.0, and it is the Pagnian Imports Formula Renault 2.0 Cup. And then the difference between these and the more powerful, newer Formula Renaults is there is no DRS equipped in the car, so one less thing to have to worry about. But they are immaculate for sticking on track, a lot of speed, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing them fang around in those Renaults. And it's a lot of GP tracks, so we'll be heading over to Barcelona, Catalonia GP for round 1, and that will be next week. And then at Phillip Island for round 2, Red Bull Ring GP round 3, and then we have got Imola for round 4, and then the final round is at Suzuka. So it's going to be a fantastic and exciting series, and a huge prize up for grabs courtesy of Next Level Racing. And it's not just going to the series champion, so all drivers will have opportunity to earn entries based on how fast they are driving, so the laps completed and how many incident points they actually occur during the race. So mixing it up and bringing opportunity to all drivers in the series. If you want to get part of that and join in, do head over to our socials and sign up to our iRacing League, and you can get in and race and have a shot at winning the Formula GT Lite from Next Level Racing. It's a fantastic racing cockpit. And then, of course, don't forget to tune in and see our final round this week at Bathurst, also for the V8 Supercar Championship on Project Cars 2. And then we will be doing the Formula Renaults as well for the Project Cars 2 drivers. So it's going to be a great 5 weeks coming up. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and hope to see you trackside next time.